All right, so what if in the next game, on top of like I hear my voice in the background. Never mind. Um, on top of the like the combat lock uh thing that they got going on, they also would have like 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 you see how in this cinematic they like kind of fly into them without like locking onto them and throwing the anchor onto them. Like I want to be able to like fly into them and press the attack button and then attack them like that without locking on. I want that to be like an option, you know, if that makes sense. Like if you look at the cinematic, you'll see literally all of the characters do this. And this is how I forget the guy's name, but I showed off the fan game that the guy made. I forget his name. It was like a continuation of the Gaiden game, but there was no like locking on. Like as soon as you got close to it, you would slice it, you know. So I think that would be cool. Like because when you press triangle in the air, at least in the second game, you do nothing. In the first game, you would still do a slice, I think. Um, and sometimes in the second game, you'll do a slice, but like it's not like a real slice. It doesn't do anything. It's not for anything, you know. So I don't know. That would get that. It would just give you more options, like how the second game brought in like sneak attack and shit. Here's another thing. Um, I mean, see, this one has one in his mouth and one in his hand. Like, it would be cool if they could like utilize both their hands at the same time and their mouth. You know, like they got like two people in their hands and somebody's trying to save them, and they go and just bite that person who's trying to save them instead. Like that'd be uh, that'd be pretty cool.
戦わなければ勝てない。
But like, I'll give you an example of like the first thing that I was talking about. Let's go in here. Fuck it, let's go this one. This is good. Yeah. So like that, you know what I mean? Like that. You can do that in this. You really can. I wonder if I could beat the game without locking on. Oof. It'd probably be a bitch. But like, if doing that would like kind of like home into the Titan a little bit when you get close enough. Not as generous as the fan game. I forget his name. Haven't played it in a minute. Swammy, I think it was. Oof. This game's a little different than the second one, because this game will like maneuver anchor is the same as combat anchor. You just have to be in combat mode. I think it'd be cool if you could, because the maneuvering's a lot nicer in the second game, but it's like that would help you like, because you can literally like you can do whatever you want with the anchors in the second game. You can just fly all over the place. Like you go around in circles and shit. Like you'll have no problem. Like in this game, it's a bitch to get to the nape without targeting because the maneuvering is like it's so bad compared to the second one. But you know, if they made another game, they could make it so that you could do this, literally that, and have the nice maneuvering of the second game. And that could be like a whole nother concept for fighting. Like you could have like the sneak attack, the new thing that I just came up with. You could have this traditional target lock, only without messing up the slice because man, this game is bad. I mean, it's really good. Don't get me wrong, but it's you fuck up the slice for no reason. But that is like, uh, that's beautiful. What that is, whatever that is that I just did, really cool. Yeah, so like top five things I want to see, probably not in order. I'm a little unorganized in my head right now. Uh, would be boost and aerial evade. They need to be their own buttons. And boost needs to be switched to anchor. Only like you tap the anchor or hold it, to boost. It doesn't matter. Like whatever the developers want to do with that. I don't really give a shit. But that's probably like the first thing. The other thing that I mentioned, where you can do this, as well as have the like Attack on Titan 2 maneuvering. Just so you could like maneuver and then slice the Titan's nape without targeting. I mean, another reason for the first one is like you'd like short circuit in my head right now. I'm trying to fight these things. I can't even think about it right now. Need a drink. Oh, I got a drink. Hold up. Oh, I'm like dehydrated. So hot in this room. I hate when they're lined up like this. Another thing would be really cool is to not have these individual icons, these individual reticles, whatever they're called, have one that goes around the entire Titan and make it so you can cut any part of the Titan that you want. You know, I make it like so there'll be like little slash marks on it, and maybe if you want, you can make the arms and legs fall off. You know, I mean, even if they wanted, you can make it so like I don't think they would go that deep into the Titans like falling apart and stuff, but like even in the show, they they've shot them in half with the cannons and stuff. Like Levi's literally cut a head off of one of the Titans. So it would be really cool if you could do that, but I'm not like expecting that at all. I mean, I'm not expecting any of the shit that I say. I'm not even expecting a third game. I mean, Final Battle is probably gonna be it, to be honest. But damn, he's biting me. Well, that's some bullshit. Bring back this, definitely. You know? Like, I see why they got rid of this, because a lot of the time, it's faster to just go like that to kill them. Like, in most circumstances, it is faster to just go like that instead. But this is canon. Like, that's something that you should be able to do, and I think it's bullshit they got rid of it. And a lot of other people do too. And with that, you could do like the underhanded swoop. It's like like this. Like you can manipulate it and go like. Well, you saw me fucking do it before. Jeez, you can't always do what you want to do, but you know what I mean. Um, the scope, if it's still there, uh, it needs to be. It honestly needs to be like you should be able to pull it out in the air. You should be able to throw anchors with it towards buildings. Go directly towards that building. And when you get to that building, you, um, you fix yourself to the wall. You know, like like the 3DS game, same thing. 3DS game did that. Humanity in Chains did the shit out of that, and it worked very well. It worked very very well. Like you could even like fly directly like up a tree and chill in the tree branch and use that to replace your gas if you're good at it. Super Games, Franz. Franz was a guy who got he got bit in half, but like um not like Marco got bit in half, the other way. That was on this map. He didn't make the cut though. He wasn't in this game. He was replaced by nobody. They didn't even talk about him. They should add friends in the next game. If they make one. They gotta add Samuel too because he's kind of important. They already added Daz. Was Daz in the first one? I forget. I don't think he was. I think he was the second one. Oh shit, shit, shit. Thank you. I didn't read the name. I saw the Bravo though. Thank you. It was super something? I don't know. Did not read it in time. Oh. Oh no. The first chat was Super Games Friends. Anton 60 POV. Jeez. But what do you think about a new game, new Attack on Titan game by Koei Tecmo? Like them continuing this series that they got going. Interested, not interested? What are you? What are your pins on that? What are your opins? What are they? What you talking? If you're for it, what are your concept ideas? What do you think? Like, what do you want to see? You know what I mean? Like, would you like to see like something like I was just talking about with the old like not combat, not locking on, like just flying up to him and like slicing him like that, like having that uh, concept be a thing on top of like the sneak attack and the traditional, or just get rid of all that in general. Like they got rid of this. Like I mean, I want to hear everyone's ideas. Like I don't think they should do that because I think the more you can do, the better. I think they should bring this back 100%. Even though you can just go like that. I like this. Like, would you like to see this battle signal come back like this? Um, I'm pretty sure they got rid of this whole concept. One, because it's kind of tedious. Like, right at the end of the side mission, especially if you don't know the side mission, sometimes Titans just pop up and you turn off the battle signal to charge it up. And you wind up screwing yourself over because there's like a whole horde of Titans left and you got like no gas left. But the big reason why is because of the little cinematic that they do. Everyone has a unique one, and I don't think they wanted to give everyone a unique one. I think they just were like, you know what, let's make it an item because it's not that big of a deal, and we're also adding a lot of other cinematics, like the buddy actions and stuff. That's why they got rid of it. But you know, would you like to see that come back? I would. I wouldn't. I don't really care. It doesn't make a difference to me. Um, it's a lot of work for the developers, in my opinion, to uh, to do that. So I don't know. It's little. That's a little stuff. But you're entitled to your opinion, and I respect that and stuff. But it would be cool. Like you see how close I got when I was flying up the first time to his nape. I would have like if I just pressed triangle right there, I would have killed him, or at least done like half damage. But that's something that should be. They should do that. They should definitely do that. Have that whole combat concept. And maybe just go like this and slice them. But again, the maneuvering's so much more refined in the second game. So in the third game, and I just screwed that up. That's why they got rid of it, because it's annoying. You mess it up sometimes. Just or at least I do. It gives you incentive to cut them up though, because you get a little bit of juice every time. Two medium or large titans cutting all their body parts off, you got a full meter, basically. I like how it gave me time. But like the other thing I mentioned is having one reticle instead of having 5 reticles, and have one that just goes around the entire body, and so you can cut any part. Like it's not gonna mess up the slice if you cut the belly. If you're targeted to the belly, you'll cut the belly. Like there's no reason why you can't cut the face of the Titan. Like there's no reason why you can't do this and make him flinch. He shouldn't bite me. He should flinch, like they do in the Humanity in Chains, or like they do in the show. Like you see him. I mean, there's hook drive attacks, like counter attacks in the second game that do like they slice him in the face and they flinch from that. So why can't you just do that in the core gameplay? Why is that not? I feel like it's just lazy. They didn't want to make a hitbox there or something. Like, oh, it's stupid. I'm not saying like it shouldn't mess up your slice. Maybe, like, perhaps, I guess, and give you a silver subjugation for cutting the face. But they should flinch, especially for like the fact that it's messing up your slice and giving you. It's basically halving the reward bonus that you get for the kill, because you get like 100 coin or whatever the fuck it is for gold subjugation. I think it's like 50 for silvers, 30 for what have you. Slicing the face it should make them flinch. I think it's I do like that though. That's really cool how you can do that. Oof, that's no fun when that happens. I'd definitely like to see more like types of Titans. Like these, they're all really similar in this game. All the 7 meters run exactly the same. Um, all the 3 meters run exactly the same. It's it's kind of bad. They gotta they gotta improve on that. And it's the same way in the second one too. They really didn't do much with that. Aside from the rage. The rage was a good idea. But they messed it up because they didn't they made it so when they rage they target you and they freeze all the other Titans on the map. It's unnecessary, in my opinion. But I'm not a developer, like I don't do that, so maybe it's necessary for the game to work. So who knows? But I think everyone would agree that it would be a lot more intimidating if they could just sneak up on you and rage and like just not even let you know that they're, you know what I mean? Like they're just hunting you basically, and they could just sneak up on you out of nowhere. And it's like if they could rage, like because when they rage, they home on you. They will kill you. Like there's it's no joke. The only the only downfall to that is that they let themselves be seen. And if they didn't do that, they would get you every time. The Titans. But because of that, it nerfs them. You know, it makes them not as good as they could be. Imagine them all raging at the same time and chasing you down. Like I want to see someone mod this game. Someone who's good at it. Not this game, but the second game, because the second game has so much more to it. Or I'd like to see the developers actually continue it. And yeah. It actually changed a lot to the second game. Like even this stance is different. Um, the walking animation is different. It all just feels different. A hell of a lot cleaner in the second game. Like I'm twirling the stick as fast as I can, and this is what she does. But in the second game, she would do something completely different. I'm pretty sure. And the cape just like it looks a lot better in the second one. Well, more like flappy. It looks more, I don't know, flappy. I wouldn't say better. This looks more like a cloth. Both games could do better, but they do their thing. They do their justice. All that stuff is just like it doesn't even matter as long as the game functions properly. That was sick. I like how you could do that. I got the line on the leg, and then I had my target on the left arm, so that I cut the left arm. Pretty neat. Yeah, that's just something that's always going to keep me coming back to this game. Is that texture, that black texture inside of them. I'm always going to be able to get like some nice screenshots from that. Just farm some really nice screenshots. I played most of this game on the PS3, and that game had no Titan physics, had no foot placement, no whatever you call it. So it was very bland, like the Switch one, kinda. If you played the Switch second game, kind of like that. So like a few times ago, a fat one, I cut the right arm, or like targeting the left arm, I cut the right arm or whatever. That usually never happened in the PS3. It just wouldn't because it just doesn't happen. Like the physics don't allow it. The lack of physics rather just doesn't allow that to happen. Still had a lot of fun with that game though. I do kind of wish I had the PS4 though. Just shelled out the money for a PS4 at the time, but I don't know. The people I played that game with, I wouldn't have given that up for anything. You know, there's nothing like a good community. I'll take a good community over a good frame rate and like all that any day. Like the 3DS game was shit compared to this. I mean, not in my opinion. I think it was really good. It was just the developers didn't have enough budget to give it what it deserved. And it was on a 3DS. So, like, it's just not on good hardware to begin with. But that community was really good. Very, very solid community. There's a question came to mind. I kind of like going off topic a little bit, but a question that kind of came to mind when I was thinking about uh, hold up. Oh, you bitch! All right, I guess we gotta just like end it real quick. Anyway, um, question that came to mind was how is this going to work? That specifically that like boosting towards a Titan. How's that going to work when the X button is now specifically aerial evade? Well, simply because X is going to turn into boost when you do that. That's all it's going to do. It's just going to be that. And if you're holding, I mean, do it like that. I mean, shit. That's the answer to that. It might be a little confusing at first, but so was having anchor be not its own button, like having the option to do this and target lock, like to be able to maneuver around like this and target lock at the same time, was a bitch to get used to for me. Uh, I mean, I see from people, like, I see people play, I see people's gameplay, but it's a bitch to get used to. It's hard. And when you're new to it, it's not easy to get used to it. When you've been playing the first game for so long, like that concept is like, unheard of. Like, what is that? You know. But then after a while, you realize it's just so convenient. It's like a cell phone, or you know what I mean? Like, oh, look at all those douchebags with phones, and then you're like, oh, well, it's just so convenient. Oh, I missed because I messed up that side mission. Unfortunately, I wish you hadn't done that. But like, have an aerial evade and boost be their own button, like it is in the 3DS game. Uh, it would just make the game so much better. Like, um, you wouldn't be able to, what's it called? Abuse the shit out of the boost button out in the plains and neglect your horse. Like, you could just ride your horse, and that's like a part of the game now. Like, you'd be forced to ride the horse, is what I'm saying. Because boost would only work if there's something to anchor onto, because that's how boost should work. Like, logically speaking, I mean, because it just make the game harder, you know. Like trying to kill a Titan without gas. That's like the difficulty it should be, to be honest. Like, not, maybe not that hard, but like at least out in the plains, it should be that hard. Because unless you got like two things to anchor onto, unless your anchor can go to two different spots, you shouldn't be able to boost. That should be a requirement to boost. Because boost is like overpowered as fuck. And that's why you can boost towards a Titan, because you have both anchors attached to it. That's why you're able to do that boost towards it. Like I'd like to see like a Fortnite style Attack on Titan game, to be honest. Not even like Battle Royale, but just like something that the developers just continuously work on and give a fuck about, you know? Because games like this, where they just like $60 and throw it out there, they don't, I don't know, they don't care about it as much. Because there's no reason even this game can't still get updates. It should have been getting updates with the second game, with the price point that it's at. Like, it's ridiculous that it's not. It's a shame because it's a really good game. They just have to figure out how to make money on this. They just really do. I don't know. All of those hours are on the PS3. I mean, shit. Damn. This game's crazy, man. There's so much shit. There's so much shit. Just so much. An overwhelming amount. That's everything. That's all of it. That's. Hold up. That's everything. This is all of everything that you can make. It's insane. Like the amount of just copy uh blades and stuff. It's unnecessary. The like just why can't you just change the color and all that? Why does it have to be this big thing of upgrading and all this shit? I mean, upgrading's cool. I like that, but thank you, Dove Monkey. I appreciate you. You're so cool too. I mean, I don't really know you, so I can't really say that you're so cool, but you said I'm cool, so thank you. You must be cool. But yeah, dude, like, there's a lot of just copy and paste blades in this game, more so than in the second game. They like kind of stop with that in the second game. Like they got rid of a lot of stuff in the second game. The anti-hardening gear, this black um, blade and black scabbard. That would be. Let's see. I think it would be the third or the second gen. What's the game called? I'm like the biggest AOT fan. This is the first Attack on Titan. This is Attack on Titan Wings of Freedom by Cortecmo. Um, there's a second one that's a hell of a lot better. You should definitely just get that one. But this one, like if you're a huge Attack on Titan fan, especially if you're a huge like Levi fan, this game has Levi's mission that didn't make it into the second game. But like the first season Levi mission where you first see Levi in like episode 9 or something. It also has the Ilse Lagner's mission, which is kind of it's kind of meh. The Levi mission is probably a big seller for this game, but it's still really expensive. I think they put it on sale, like a discount. I mean, but yeah, this is actually the skier the reinforced is actually the manga uh, here or the movie. You know, it kind of looks like the movie stuff too, like the stuff that they used in the movie. Especially the scabbard with the little holes in the side. On my hold up, I gotta open my phone up. You play AOT 2 on PS4? I mean 5. Yeah, I used to play it on 4, but now I'm on 5. I used to play it on 3. Well, this was on 3 because the second game wasn't on 3. Yeah, there was really nothing as far as gear goes in this game. Like the blades really didn't do anything very fancy. The blade length was the fanciest thing that it did. And it does, I mean, it changes the game up a lot. It makes you have to, like, press the button sooner with a short blade length, which makes the game really hard, in my opinion. But it makes, like, multi-slices faster. Like, if you're using Levi, these short blades are, like, if you're good with that initial slice, it's a good option. But always the best option, I think, is a perfected blade. Like it's the best. Either that or Cloud Zero Plus as Mikasa. It doesn't get better than that. Um, unless like you're in a horde of Titans and then they're like kind of messing up the slices all over the place because the blades are long and stuff. But these are really good blades. Cloud Zero Plus. Yeah. But yeah, I'll show you that mission actually. I'll play that mission. 'Cause people seem to forget that the custom character in the second game made it like it made a lot of missions just not happen in the second game. And I wish they brought it back with character episode mode, like when they brought character episode mode over. They could have brought season 1 and 2 episodes into that, you know. And then when season 4 dropped, they could have dropped a whole nother DLC for season 4, where they added season 4 stuff, but they never did that. They should just make it a new game, make it make it really good. I think they're doing that, to be honest. I don't know. I just don't think they want to just like throw it out there. Like I don't think they want to half-ass it because there's a lot of work that could be put into a new Attack on Titan game potentially. There's so much that could go into it, and I think they just want to really flush it out. Something else to notice about this is in this game, as opposed to the second one, in this, if you were using, which I don't like to use a lot, if you were using like different blades or different outfits, he would be wearing that outfit and using those blades in the cutscene. So that's like something to keep in mind if you like watching the cutscenes. Then you know it's a nice touch. I wish they had that in the second game. Anyway, I'll shut up now. Also, these Titans are always going to be different. Like they're always going to be a different Titan in the cutscene because it's a new Titan model. It's I love that. You don't see that in the second one because all the cinematics are pre-rendered. But this game doesn't have the little criticals, the little yellow criticals that would sometimes pop up in the second game, which really sucks. I love that about the second one. It feels really nice. I would like to see everything great about both the games put into one game with some new stuff added on top of it. It's a shame that they don't do more with this whole franchise. Because it's so much different than anything that they do. Like Warriors games are, this is not a Warriors game at all, and it's made by them. It's just different. Like after playing the Humanity in Chains, like it was so hard playing this game for my first time, getting into the idea of you gotta stop to go towards the Titan. Like you can't just like chill there like this. You know, you gotta stop to go towards them and attack. That's how you attack. In that game, in the 3DS game, I'm pretty sure you'd press a button and then, yeah, you'd press a button, the attack button, and then you'd press it again when you got close enough and that would confirm the slice. And in this, you just stop moving the stick. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word for stick, but that is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that. Look at this guy. A lot of people don't like the multi-slice, but like if I'm low on gas, it's really helpful. Or if like you got no blade left, like absolutely none left, you could just use like a dull blade, and as long as the initial slice was good, then then it'll be good, you know, and you can maybe kill it with that little dull blade. And you could also cut through hard skin, like the you know, the strong guys. You got a Ruo? Yeah. Should have reset it. I thought I was cutting the arm off when I cut the neck. Because that's what I meant to do. What I did just there. You know, the altitude fucking is ridiculous in this mission. In this map. Because like there's like an altitude limit that the game will let your character go to, kind of, in every map. And different sections of the map will be different. So, like Trost has a lot of like hills and stuff. So that'll be different. But like the altitude here is insane. I think it's because of the big tower in the center. The fact that you're able to anchor the whole thing, essentially. Like you could throw your anchor all the way up top. Whereas, I mean, that thing's the size of the wall around. And you cannot do that with the wall. Which begs the question, why are you even able to get all the way up there? Like seriously though, like that makes me wonder. Why are you able to get up there and you're not able to get on top of the wall? You know, it's funny. I can respect that they got rid of Levi's swoop in the second game, because I don't know. I mean, I think Levi should be able to swoop because he's Levi, but I feel like it's more disrespectful to get rid of Hanji's. I'm like, why would you get rid of Hanji's swoop? What the fuck is wrong with you? You had a good thing going. You had a real good thing going. It's like the one episode of Breaking Bad with Mike Irving Trout or whatever his name is, and he's like, "You had a good thing going on." Fucked it all. It's crazy how much scrap content, you know, is in any game, you know? Because you see trailers, especially if you're like heavily focused on it, if like you're anticipating this game, like you're on top of the trailers, you're watching every single one of them, and like just some of the scenes in the trailer don't make it into the game at all. Like there's one scene one cutscene in the second game that just didn't make it into the game, where the custom character is getting eaten by a crawler, and Levi's like, um, "Look out" or whatever. There is that dialogue. That dialogue shows up in the game in I know one of the DLC missions, the one the Leaning Tower mission with the two Jaws Titans at the end. I'm pretty sure it's one of the tower missions. I don't know if it's a DLC one or if it's the
兵長、血が
that
止ま
specific
りません。
mission.
兵長、俺は人類の役に立てたでしょうか。
お前は十分に活躍した。そしてこれからもだ。お前の残した意志が俺に力を与える。約束しよう。俺は必ず巨人を絶滅させる。
兵長、彼はもう。
最後まで聞いたのか、こいつは。
きっと聞こえてましたよ。だって安心したように眠っている。
ならいい。
リヴァイ、退却だ。巨人が町を目指して一斉に北上し始めた。壁が破壊されたかもしれない。
Yeah, that mission was scrapped from the second game. So if you're looking to buy this game, that's that's a reason to buy it. It's not a good reason to buy it. I mean, I really don't think one mission is a good reason to buy any game, but I don't know. Maybe Koei Tecmo thinks so, and that's the reason why they never added it. And they really should add a lot of stuff. Like they really could. Like they could even add the whole Jean OVA with like the boar hunting thing. Like they could make you hunt the boar, have a whole boar you know um model, like character model for the boar, and like do all that. Have a whole combat thing where you're, fighting the thing or whatever they want to do with it. I don't know, something unique that they want to do with that episode. It'd be cool. And obviously, like Levi's OVA, that's probably the most wanted one. That made it into Humanity and Chain's second game, as a matter of fact. But that sucked, because that game only had Attack on Titan 2 soundtrack. So it only had the Season 2 soundtrack. It didn't have Reluctant Heroes, it didn't have DOA, it didn't have any of the Season 1 stuff that you were familiar with, in that, like in Levi's OVA that took place in Season 1. It was like the second arc. I mean, it didn't take place then, but that's when this story was being told. That's the theme song that was being played at the beginning. So, that's the music that you'd be familiar with in that game. Like, I don't know why they did that, man. That was I mean, I know why. They didn't have the licensing. They didn't have the music licensing, and they didn't want to pay for the Season 1 licensing. So they just kept the Season 2 stuff and thought it would work. Just throw in, like, any season 2 soundtrack in there. It's just I don't know. That was like a big reason why I didn't even try to play that yet. I mean, I'm gonna play it eventually. It looks really fun, but like that was like a big reason why, because like they didn't even have the season 1. You'd think that they would put season 1 and 2 if they're gonna have the missions from the first game. You know, I don't know. They're savages and idiots. Um, long distance. Ill's notebook.
さあやるぞ
Yeah, I feel like they wanted to do more. Like they really like even like before this game released, I remember them like hyping up this Titan, the Il's Lagner Titan, um, the one that ate her. I remember them hyping this mission up a little more than it deserves to be hyped up. And I think they wanted to do more with it. I think they wanted to add like a whole cinematic at the end of it. And I think they wanted to do more with it. I think they wanted to add Il's Lagner too, to be honest. But they probably just didn't have the budget or the time to do it. And, probably just scrapped the entire idea by the time of the second game because they already had the OC idea and all the missions that came along with that custom character. You know,
リヴァイ、おえ。
バカが
リヴァイ、お
I
前
don't know why this game does that. It takes the cape off for those cutscenes. I don't know why it does that.
それまとめて相手してもらえ
兵士では立体機動装置はいい。できる限り戦闘を避けろ。
バカが馬があれば追いつけるおとなしくしてろ俺の敵じゃないどうして
Yeah.
判事分隊長、危険すぎます。お願いですからやめてください。続け、兵長、同行させてください。
立体起動できる場所まで移動するぞ悪いね死にたくなきゃついてこい
了解です。分隊
But
長、
like,
行きますよ。
if they were to make the boost, the anchor button, just tap instead of like hold. If they were to do that, okay, so if I were to press this and this, instead of the boost, it would be an aerial evade, like it is in the second
ま
game.
たどこか行きやがった
Because the aerial evade you could do wherever, whenever the fuck you want. Um,
俺の敵じゃない
I don't know.
縁だ苦戦してやがる
I don't know where I'm really going with that. But I mean, the aerial evade you would be able to do wherever, but the other thing you wouldn't.
腹をくくれ。
It's just to keep you from boosting all over the fucking place, because you shouldn't be able to go like this. You know? You shouldn't be able to do that. You can't do that in the second game, but you can, like, you still shouldn't be able to do this. Regardless, you shouldn't be able to do that. That is just, it shouldn't be possible. Like, if you were able to do that, Levi would have saved Farlin and Isabel. He would have just done that instead. He would have used up the gas. Especially because he was new, he would have wasted the gas. He would have been like, no, I'm wasting the gas, I'm just going to do this boost real quick. And if you say, well, the game shouldn't be exactly one-to-one with the anime, and to that I say, fuck you. Yeah, respectfully, you know, I say you are wrong, and I say you're wrong. Maybe not one-to-one, but it should be pretty accurate. It should be. You know, I love how they added, like, this little rock shit. You can latch onto that in the second one. That's pretty cool. But, like, if you got this no anchor shit, you shouldn't be able to boost either. Like that little no anchor notification over your head. Little icon, whatever it is. Because that's how it was in the 3DS game. Granted, the 3DS game you could slice, and it was basically this. You could just slice over and over and over and over again, and just fly through the air like that. You would waste a lot of gas, but you could do that. It's an option. Just the same way you can. But that's not what they wanted for that. Like, I don't think that's what they wanted. I think that was just like a side effect of something that they didn't have the budget to fix. Because there was a lot of other problems in that game too. That if they were given this game's budget and this game's hardware, I think they could have done a lot. They could have made something like really nice. Like they made like Persona and shit. And those are really good games. Not Koei Tecmo, but Atlas. I do like finding these little like exploits in games. I think that's pretty fun. Like being able to do this. Just because I have prior knowledge of the game it's just alright. The whistling function was really smart to add. Because in this, the horse is like always on top of you. Like sometimes you'll see it just flying through the air with you. Damn, that was quick. Didn't even go down. I I was gonna do a sneak attack. I was gonna pull out the scope.
そうだけどそろそろ慣れようよ。ハンジさん昔から変わらないじゃない。ファンにはなりたくないかも。
無事かお前ら。危なかった。
That was pretty cool.
殺しちゃった。貴重な被験体になったのに。
黙れクソメガネ。部下を危険にさらすな。
兵長、ハンジ分隊長。あそこに。
Like, this is cool for this part, but like as soon as they pick up the notebook, it should pan out into
34回目の腕章。
like nice cinematic of Ills getting eaten by that Titan, and then they should give you Ills as a character to play as.
最後に遭遇した巨人に関する
In a, you know, in the real world, anyways. That's how it should work.
私に敬意を示すような姿勢をとった。おそらく人類史上初めて私は巨人と意志を通わせた。彼女を殺した巨人は知性を持っていたってこと？
これはイルゼラングナーの。
But I think that's what they wanted to do. They just didn't have the budget or the time or the, you know, whatever to put her in there. So they just added the mission without putting her character in. I don't know. I don't think they would have let you play as her in this game, though, to be honest. I think they would have just added her as a side character to have on your team. But in, like, the second game, they would add her as a character, if that was the case. But in, like, the third game, if they were to bring that mission back, that's how they should bring it back. Like, add the whole cinematic and do that, and then add her as a playable character when after you see that. they were gonna make Annie, Reiner, and Berthold playable in this. Like on file, they are playable. They just don't have a battle signal. So if you press the battle signal button as Annie, Reiner, or Berthold, it'll crash the game apparently. But I've never played that. Um, that that like cheat or hack or whatever. But that's the only type of like hack or whatever. I don't even think it's a hack. I think it's just like a cheat that you can put in on the Steam version. I think. Who should I play as? I don't know. Might just get off. Been on for a minute. An hour actually. Shit.
獲物はいただきです。
You're gonna hop off with this. Peace.